right, what's up, guys? We got another Tennessee regional, and who are we with here?
Ian Parish.
Ian Parish. And what did you do today?
I got 6th place at the, where are we? Nashville? Yeah, the Nashville regional. Dude, I'm so tired. It's been such a long day.
For sure. Any things you want to say before we get into the deck profile?
Just a couple shout outs. Shout out to my girlfriend for being just super supportive of me, like going and spending a bunch of time playing this game. And all of my buddies from Yeti, especially Julian and my buddy Noah, who I drove here with. He's hanging out over there. And he waited around for me. He played Edison like side events like 3 times during the day, just like waiting.
Dude, it was a sauna in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, dude, it was so hot.
Let's get into this deck profile.
Right. So I played Voiceless Voice, 3 low, 3 Sphera, Old Man, 2 Skull Guardian, 2 Cerebus. This is like the standard. I don't really think there's anything like. I mean, I feel like even in all the VV deck profiles, everybody's like, well, this is, you could cut one of these for the Pendulum Grab. Don't play Pendulum Grab. It's bad. It's just like, it's so inconsistent. You can't get to it consistently, and like, it forces you to go through so many extra resources just to put up a spell negate when Skull Guardian's already an Omni. Like, it just doesn't do enough. For sure. 3 Diviner and Trius. This card is like the best card in my deck, I'm not gonna lie. This card is so fucking broken.
Well, that's why it's so expensive.
Yeah, this is really good. This was like the MVP the whole day. Just like normal summoning Diviner just puts on so much pressure. And just like forces them to interact with it, and like sometimes like you can go like pre-prep to search this before you summon Diviner to like make sure this resolves, to play around hand traps. It's just like a lot of, because this has the effect in hand to like negate stuff that targets your monsters. And then hand traps, I was on 3 Ash, 3 Valor, 3 Nib, and whoops, I didn't put it up with the hand traps. 3 Ember.
Damn. Are you playing Crossout? I mean, any spoilers? No.
No. Mainly just because this deck, like, I think this deck's biggest asset is that if it's played well, it plays through hand traps really well, actually. Like, you're kind of able to like sequence things in a way that like forces it forces your opponent to have to like interact with you in ways that like their hand traps trade poorly, and as long as like, I think that's the hard part, is like the deck is hard to play, and I still don't play it perfectly. This is like, I used to be super competitive at this game when I was young. Like I went to Worlds when I was in Dragon Duels, but then I like quit for like years and years, and I basically just picked it up because of him like last year. And so this is really cool, and I'm having a lot of fun with this, but like I'm definitely still learning. Like these, I'm not used to these. Last time I played, my my list that I topped Nats with had 7 hand traps in it, and 3 of them were Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. Like so still getting used to these, but
hey, shout out to the homie for bringing you back at least.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, I think these are fine. This card's solid. I didn't really see it much today, but in testing this was always like the best card, and then this card is just insane. Talents is everywhere right now. This doesn't play into Talents, yada yada yada. It's all shit that everybody's heard. I'm just, you know. And then we got 3, 2, 1. This is also standard, not really much to say here. Some guy super poly'd me. If you are playing against VV and you want to win, do not side in super poly. If you super poly my board and you get rid of my low and Skull Guardian, I will go +1, and your super poly will not do anything. You have a Mud Dragon now, great. I have my full board back and another barrier, so. That happened today. It happened a bunch in testing, like against just people at locals and stuff, and it's just every time, like you banish, you go, prayers trigger, and they're like, what? They pick the card up and they read it and they're like,
standard.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, we got 2 Prosby, 2 of this.
Why'd you do 2 and 2?
So, I'm on 42, mainly just because, like, this deck has a lot, so we got this, you don't want to open these, ideally you don't want to open, you don't really want to open, like, multiples of any of the rituals if you don't have to. Opening this feels okay sometimes, but only if you also open Diviner, and then, like, you also, like, you don't want to open this guy. Like, you have a lot of cards in your deck that are, like, they're very solid and they do a lot of really good things for you, but they, like, they're just, you don't want to draw them, and the reason I was playing 2 of this was honestly just because I was bricking on this card a lot, and I kind of liked this better, just because like it gives me a little bit more versatility in the way that I get to play. I don't know. I tested the ratio out, it felt right. I don't know. And then last thing was 3 Branded Fusion, Albaz, and Jowgen. If you are playing VV at this point and you're not playing these cards, you are punting. These cards are absolutely broken. Jowgen stole me like a bunch of game 1s.
And you said it was a 42 card main deck, right?
42 main, yeah.
Alright, let's see that extra deck.
We got this, token of me at 10 years old at Nats, my first Nats, and a Nib token because, you know, you gotta have it. We got Anima, never came up, Dynamondo. I actually don't think I made this a single time today somehow, which was crazy. I didn't make this a single time. I made this multiple times. On the drive up here, he was like, "Why do you have Underworld Goddess in your deck?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Put Underworld Goddess in your deck," and so then I did, and then it never came up. So I don't know. I guess I was glad I had the option in case I played against like exactly Raid Raptor or the Dinomorphia that we had in our top 8. Branded package. We got Albion, Sanctifier, Libellion, Mirror Jade.
Those all seem pretty standard.
Yeah, these are really good. This is a light, so you can tribute it with the spell, and also sometimes this is just good like imperm bait, so then you can just like tribute it off and then just like normal summon after that. It's just like, it's another way that you get to play around hand traps. And the main thing with the branded engine too, real quick, is that like it just opens up so many other ways for you to play. If your Diviner gets impermed, you send this. If you have a way to ritual summon but you don't have a way to low, you send low. If you have low but you don't have a way to ritual summon, you send like Saphira to be able to ritual summon. It just fixes so many of your awkward hands, and it's just so good. And then like on top of that, you get a Mirror Jade, and that's really good. And then Entis Herald, I never sent this. I sent this like 2 times today, and it was really solid. Honestly, been considering cutting this card, but it just comes up every once in a while, and it's too good. Axel Baron, these cards were crazy today. These won me actually like 3 or 4 games. Like these cards were so good. It doesn't come up, but when it does, it like actually just wins you games. I made this once today. It was fine. It definitely should be played because you can make it with Low and Trius, and then Typhon. I kind of am conflicted about this card.
Did you actually make it today?
I made it my last round, and it was the best card in my deck.
For sure.
But the thing that I don't like about it is that like when it's not the best card in your deck, it's like the least impactful.
It's like the worst card.
Yeah, it's just like a little awkward, but like I definitely am not taking it out after this because like it just straight up won me my last game.
And then that side deck?
Yeah. So for the side, basically my thought process with this was just trying to like not play around like fixing all of my matchups, but more just like fixing my lose conditions, because my board's already so strong going first, and then I just want to fill my deck with hand traps against Snake or whatever going second.
Yeah.
So we got these are good into Snake, and also going first, they also help you play around Bestials, because a lot of people are siding Bestials right now, and Bestial on a low really hurts. 2 Fenrir. The last like big event that I played in, we had a regional back in St. Louis. I really wanted like some form of spot removal going second, because it felt like a lot of the games I was losing, I was 1 card off from being able to just make a big push and win. And this card honestly was so good today. It did exactly what I wanted it to. 4 Bestials. These cards are broken. This searches Saphira or Ceravis, which is crazy. It like forces like an Ash sometimes that you just like, then you get to just like extra play on your turn. It's so good. And then 3 talents. This card was unbelievably good today as well.
It's like the best card out of format.
Honestly, I actually like really wish that I could find the space to put this in my main deck. I just don't have it. But I like it in the side a lot. And then my last card, instead of Summon Limit, I was actually on Anti-Spell. Mainly just because, like I said, I was trying to fix my lose conditions, and honestly, every game in testing, my lose conditions were just board breakers. Like, I lose to Dark Ruler, I have a hard time with Lightning Storm, and if they open multiples, I'm just screwed. So this, like, funnels down plays a lot, too. Like, going first, it also just makes it so that, like, Snake has a harder time playing, and they have to take awkward routes to be able to actually do anything. Yeah. So, anyway.
For sure. Well, thank you for the profile. Any last things you want to say?
I don't think so.
No?
I had fun.
All right. Well, I appreciate the deck profile, and I hope you had a wonderful day.
Actually, real quick, last thing that I actually do want to say. Don't be, like, a bad sport. There were a lot of people that I saw today that were just being, like, really rude and shitty to their opponents, and that's really lame. Like, we're all here to play the game and have fun and just, like, enjoy, like, being together. And, like, I don't know. It just rubs me the wrong way, and I just sort of wanted to give at least a little bit of like lip service to that, because it just drives me crazy when people
I 100% agree. I'm all for it.
Shitty to their opponents because they lost. It's like, dude, you're playing a game where you win or lose, and if you lose, that's okay. It happens. That's the game, and like that's just how it goes. So anyway,
well, I appreciate the deck profile, and I hope you have a wonderful night.
Yeah, you too, man.